This is where the fun begins.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Building and Chatting. Today, me and Skyrim are here to talk about the penultimate episode of Skeleton Crew. We're gonna be in trouble, and
in
that's
so much trouble.
in
We're in
some
so much trouble. Is that what it was titled?
yeah, like we're gonna be in so much trouble or so. Yeah,
Yeah.
but episode 7, let's go.
Sad news though, the second to last episode. So
Second to last. Yep.
it's a bittersweet thing because it's amazing getting there because it's like wow we're almost done, but it's also sad because wow we're almost done. You know.
I know it's been a good show. What the fuck? No, we are going to be talking about now. I'm getting this off right at the bat. We will be talking about major spoilers for Skeleton Crew. If you don't want,
every week.
yeah, well, we're going into the episode, so if you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, but let's get right on into it, Sky.
I doubt anyone would watch this if they haven't seen the episode.
Well,
but
yeah,
if you
true.
do, then leave a comment. I'm genuinely curious, but
We got spoiled by Bowdy. It's Sky now. Yeah, but
you're welcome. But it's your fault, right? So.
But let's get right on into it because this episode, off the bat, really good episode, really great.
Pretty good, yeah. Unlike last week, which was just a bridge.
A bridge, yeah. That last week was a bridge. This is a good, like second to last episode. But let's talk about it. So,
yeah.
Sky, first. I mean, we have to talk about it first because it's what happens to Sue. But the pirates at the beginning, oh man, what a good little part. They're threatening
sorry, I want to interrupt real quick. I don't think Lego could, but if Lego could build one of those like giant, like that pirate cruiser mothership, whatever it's called, like
yeah,
it kind of looks like a T, like the way it like flies. Like that would be such a cool Lego set if Lego could come up with that. I would imagine they would only do a playset version, so it'd probably be like about $100, maybe $80. But that'd be a really cool set if Lego could do that.
Yep, but they're threatening to throw Jude Law out the airlock because they're like, there ain't no planet here, Silvo, and he's like, well, the planet's hidden. It has to be. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right, 33? And then 33 is like, yes, that's right, Captain John. It's hidden in a storm.
It was so cool. I loved that. Like, you know, for episode 1, they teased, like, hey, you know, the barrier, I think that's what they called it. It's a cloaking device. It's a disguise. Yeah. I automatically assumed that it just made the planet, like, invisible. But no, it makes it look like a gas planet where it's like, oh, if you fly through that, your ship is going to, you know, incinerate. And on top of that, the little cloaking devices have like a mechanism of defense to like destroy your ships. I'm like, that is so cool. I'm like kind of surprised that that's a thing, but really cool. Love that.
Really cool. But we'll speed up a bit. Basically, as they're preparing to go scout the planet or whatever before they throw them out the airlock, they see a ship go in the hyperspace towards Atten, and they, of course, it is the Onyx Cinder with the kids on it. So they track their
Onyx Cinder.
The new Onyx Cinder,
shiny.
Very shiny. But they track their beam it in, and then the kids grab Brutus with the flipping claw.
The claw. The claw has chosen. Yeah.
But Brutus, well. The kids are like, "We'll kill him if you don't surrender right now." And then John just goes up to him and shoots him right in the face. Like, whoa!
He had it coming.
Well, yeah,
I was happy about that.
Yeah, he was a traitorous, mutinous sir. And if you want to follow, do you really want to follow him? And then they all just follow Jude Law or Silvo or Crimson Jack or whatever his name is. John, I don't know anymore. I don't know. He's the man with 1,000 names.
Then he goes right back to his pirate attire with the the helmet and everything. I wonder if that was supposed to be like a big reveal, like a big shock. Oh my gosh, that was Jod from episode 1. But it's like everybody knew that. I wonder if there was anybody out there that was actually surprised. But
Well, they said Silva escaped in the second episode, so yeah. if
I don't
you
know.
did,
People are dumb. I mean, I'm dumb. Who am I to say people are dumb? But I just thought that was funny. But it was cool, and especially because he had that one thing on him. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
yes, but the kids get captured. There you go. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
and but the oh my god, I forgot. The first thing that happens in this episode is the parents are trying to send out the communication device,
Oh yeah.
and
The parent rebellion. I told you it was going to happen. Just it wasn't as severe as I thought it would be.
well, the parent rebellion happens. They build a communication device. They all get paralyzed with stun guns while trying to send the communication into the sky. And what is the big plot twist, Skyrim?
That it made it past the barrier.
Well, not that. The other thing with one of the parents.
I don't think you're right. So Bounty thinks that. What do you know her name?
I call her Fern's mom.
Fern's mom. Yeah, I don't know the name. I'm terrible with names. He says that Fern. Is it Fern or Fern?
Fern.
Like the shrub.
You like the shrub.
Fern. Okay. Fern's mom is force sensitive, but I'm like, I think that thing just could fly. It was just a drone. I don't think she used the force because I don't know if a Jedi could use the force to push something all the way out of a planet. It just flew straight up like a drone, right? I don't know.
Maybe, but
If she is force sensitive, though, I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Like pretty much right away too. So that would be kind of cool. But
it would be cool.
Got the communication out. Each parent took turns with a very professional kind of video. I'm like, that's not real because people in front of camera always stumble and stutter. And they were taking turns, and Jod's like, "Oh, great! Now I know who to look for when I get onto the planet. If you kids cause any trouble, and I'll cut them up." He turned into it. I really thought that Jod would have had like a change of heart by now, like in this episode, that maybe like the pirates would have, continued to have been enemies, and they would have captured the kids, and he would have been like, "Crap, I got to save them." And how to change heart. Yeah. No, it's the opposite. He is.
No, that's what I thought when he shot Brutus. I thought he shot him so he could help the kids and get him out too. He's so like, evil. He's like
greedy.
He's very greedy. He's Scrooge.
I wouldn't go as far to say that, like, because at this point it is safe to say that he is basically a Jedi or Force sensitive. I wouldn't go as far as say that he's like dark side, like a dark Jedi, but he's just a greedy biatch, and he got the Force, which is unfair because now he can, cheat with it, essentially. But
yeah, but
still.
But there was one more thing. The communication gets aboard the Onyx Cinder from the parents, and the kids. Jod they want to claim the ship. Jod says, "I claim this ship under my name," and then we do it. And then Ferd and Bebin, all of them say, "Unclaims these. We want the ship." And then SM sucker punches Jod.
Mm-hmm. That was so funny
because he says, "Yes, Captain Fern, I'll get these pirates off our ship," and then he throws them all off.
I think at the end of the day, SM just actually has a heart, even though he's a droid, and was like, "Screw this guy," every episode he's all like, "That pirate code." I'm like, do pirates really have a code? Like, come on.
They don't.
So he's like, "Screw this guy. These kids are family." He probably actually kind of felt bad for them in the episode where they ditched him.
He did, because he said, "I'm sorry, kids. I don't want it to be this way."
Yeah.
Even though he said that too.
I love SM, and he was great, and then he gets his head cut off.
Yeah, because they tell him, because John somehow sneaks onto the ship, and then while they're because he waits to get past the barrier, and then jumps out when they're past the barrier and landing on Atten, and then the kids are like, "SM, attack him!" And then SM's like, "Don't worry, kids. I already was thinking that. I got
Yep.
this." And then he gets this,
Lightsaber.
and then John pulls out his lightsaber from Tom Crenan's vault and cuts my
Mm-hmm.
boy's head off. I was
Clean
like,
off, just bam.
and I was like, no. I was
I
like,
don't think SM is really dead. I'm like, he's a robot. They can rebuild him. Especially
I
like I bet by the end of the episode, like KB or someone will have rebuilt him, and that'll be
I
kind of
hope
cool.
so. SM better come back. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I will be deeply sad if he is the one who dies because I always hate like when the droids die because the droids are always like my favorite characters in anything Star Wars, the movies, the shows, the books, everything. And so if SM-33 actually dies, I'm gonna be very sad.
Have you noticed something though? Like the two droids people love from the Disney, the Disney era, K2 gets blown up, and if
Yep.
they don't say what happens to SM or he doesn't get rebuilt, then my man just got killed too. So they killed two of the best characters.
Yeah. I,
It's
I I I would be willing to bet that they're gonna bring back SM, like even if it's in a new like upgraded version of his like body, like a new robot or something, it'll still be him. Because I'm like, it's harder to kill droids in Star Wars, right? Because like you can just reprogram them and rebuild them. So I think he'll be fine.
yeah,
I really do.
I
Because
think
they don't kill.
so, but
Nobody dies in Star Wars anymore, besides the actual bad people. Like Jod might actually die in the next episode, and at this
but
point, I'm kind of hoping he does, because he's a jerk. I knew he was going to be bad. I never trusted him, but I really did think by this point he would have, became the good guy again. But nope, he's
but
just
yeah,
gotten worse.
but then after he cuts SM's head off, he's like, pulls out that lightsaber. He's like, "I'll kill all of you and your parents if
Hmm.
you try to stop my plan. I'll
Imagine
cut."
threatening kids with a lightsaber. Only a
And then,
Jedi would do that.
and then he's like, "Shut!" He's like, "Shut up! I'm tired of you, and especially you. I don't like you. You're annoying to women." It's like, I'm like, bro, Jude Law was pulling off this performance, bro. I mean, he did really good, but
Yeah.
I. But the thing with Jude Law, which is why I thought he could have been a villain, he loves to play villains, and this is a villain and a
Villains
good
are more
villain.
fun.
He loves to play villains, so
Yep.
oh man, what a great just. But they get on the planet, they land. But there's one thing we learn about the Onyx Cinder Sky. Do you remember?
It's from Atten, and that's why it's able to pass the barrier and the
Yep.
mechanisms, the defense barrier, whatever you want to call it. It's so cool, the barrier. It's like a two in one because it's a cloaking device and a defense at the same time.
I know. And then man, once they reveal this in like an All Republic ship, or like it can get past the measures, and then every other ship that's trying to chase them down from Jod's crew, they literally just get blown up.
Yep. Because it's like lightning comes and like it charges up the ship and then just bam blows it up. It's really cool.
It was
But
really cool.
the gas is like, I guess, fake, but it looks like real, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
I loved that little detail, and I was surprised how tiny Atten actually was. Though the barrier is like a huge shell with a huge like gap before the actual planet. Um, you know, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then by
But
the time they got in front of the planet, like after they passed the barrier, the ship was put on autopilot so it could land in that specific spot.
yep.
And then it, like the little arms came up and like grabbed the landing gear and like basically drilled it into the ground. So that ship's not going to take off very easily.
No, and but they because it was but KB alerted the parents that they were there. through the they because she said it was a shipment for them,
Hmm.
and it was a message from her, and then they know that they're back. And but then John says, "Yeah, I'm here for the embassy. I'm here to go to the Republic." And they're like, "Oh yes, if you're here from the emissary, then we need to go to the Mint, exactly where John wants to go."
I'm surprised those droids uh, trusted him so easily because everything has to be done by the books. Everything is protocol to them. So it's like, shouldn't they know who he is? Shouldn't they know that they don't know who he is? I should word it that way. Like, shouldn't they know who the actual person is? I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah, and then he said, "I found these kids." Like that's, I guess, the kid. They knew the kids are missing or whatever, and
Yeah,
they were from maybe they trusted him in that way that he helped. Like it's a them
they're his
help
hostages
save
now.
them. Yeah, but he's like, "Oh, I found them. You know, I wanted to help them get home," type thing. But in reality, yeah. And then, well, they go down the landing. Well,
They go
what?
to like the core of the planet, essentially,
Yeah, they go down the elevator,
into like a
basic.
giant mine. Guess
Yeah,
that's
it's
where the does that mean that like the Republic credits are like mined there, like the ore or whatever? I'm guessing it's like gold. I don't know if Stars has gold, and then
probably, yeah.
melted down and then put in the molds and then becomes because how like blacksmithing works. But it's a mint, so I don't know. It's interesting, but
Yeah.
it's just the giant vault with trillions of credits.
And then you get Jude Law laughing at the Joker,
Yeah.
going like he's like, "Yes, finally!" Like the mad laughter of a madman after all of this time.
At
Um,
the end of the at the end of next episode, we're gonna find out that every single one of those credits are completely useless, right? They're
I
fake. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. But it's just crazy. I'm like, that's a bit much in my opinion. It was like, because how many vaults did they say there were? Like 1,000 vaults, and so it's like if they're all that deep, I'm like, that's
I'm like, I think it was like 1,936 or something,
yeah, that's a little
or
bit too
what?
much in my personal opinion. But um, still cool though. So we'll see what happens. But um, yeah, that was cool. Then the parents come down, and then it was so dark. Like he didn't say a word. He walks up and just ignites his lightsaber, and then the episode ends. Like you guys are screwed. I warned you. Like it was so cool, but sick at the same time. Did I miss anything? I think I kind of jumped the gun a little.
We kind of, you know, did but it's just like the thing I want to really talk about is, with it is, I want to talk about some theories for next episode. It's
Yeah.
my mate because for one, I want to go back to an episode 3 reference. At the end of episode 3, Quim, the owl lady, says,
Hmm.
"Call me if you need my help. If you're ever in trouble, call me." I'm going to guarantee somehow KB gets a message out to her to where she sends the New Republic to Atten.
Ooh, that'd be
I
kind of cool. But how would they get past the barrier unless they disarm the barrier? Maybe they
That's
could do
what
that. Can you turn the barrier off?
probably. I'm thinking somehow she gets involved, the owl lady, because they're setting her up for something. They set it up to where
Probably.
KB could call her
Yeah,
somehow.
that's good.
So,
Good theory.
and then is this the stream for Lee's Chinese food? Uh,
No, sorry, we don't got no food here.
no, don't have
What's up,
Chinese,
Scott
right?
Davis?
But what is up, my man? But no, and then I think me and you have a very similar theory about Jude Law's character. I think
I,
we think he's both go. We probably think he's gonna die.
how do you think? Better question. How do you want him to die? I always want like the bad guys to die a certain way. Like with the Bad Batch, I wanted Doctor Hemlock to get either eaten or stepped on by the Xylo Beast. Sadly, that did not happen. But how do you want Jod to die if it was like up to you?
I
He'll
like how
he'll
they
probably get
kill.
like electrocuted by the barrier or something.
I like how Hemlock died because that man got shot by the people he wanted the most, the people that he wanted to
Wouldn't
experiment
it
on.
wouldn't it have been better though the Zillow Beast just like stepped on him, you know,
Yeah, but
or
sometimes I like it
flung
when
something at
someone
him?
is just. Sometimes I just love a good old revenge where someone's just filled with holes.
Yeah,
feed
but
him, feed him leftover Chinese food. So Scott
dude, you're
Davis.
making me hungry for Chinese food. Like that sounds so good right now.
Yeah, but I think he could get killed with the lightsaber, like Twist of Fate. He
Yeah,
gets killed with it. I feel like that could happen.
but I'm wondering what's going to happen with the pirates because if they do get the barrier down, the pirates are still there. So they're going to be like, charge, you know. So we're going to have pirates versus Atten, and then the New Republic's probably going to show up. And maybe for once they'll actually do something cool. We'll see.
Now,
You know how much I hate the New Republic personally, but maybe they'll actually be good this time around.
yeah. Hey, Skyrim, you're talking about uh, you're talking about Atten, and I just have to say one thing. I don't recall no Atten. I don't
Can't say I know no Atten. Yes, you do, you liar. Yeah, but that'll be
uh,
cool. I'm really hoping, no matter what happens, that the show ends on a relatively good note, but where they could do something else. Because I know that the writer said that they would like to do a season two. I don't think they were greenlit yet to do a season two, but they said they have plans. So I'm like, something's gonna happen. I don't think anyone's gonna die personally. Maybe just some pirates and like um, Crimson
or
Jack, but
or they could capture Silvo, but I don't know how that would happen. I don't know.
yeah. But we'll see. I'm curious how it's gonna end. I'm really excited. I also hope that next week's episode is not just like 30 minutes long because that'll feel a little rushed. Although I don't feel like there's much more they could do. So we'll see. Jack Sparrow. No, Crimson Jack, one of his many, many names. Have you been watching Skeleton Crew, Scott Davis? I know nobody can see it right now but me, but Bounty actually muted, so I guess something's up. So I'll just keep talking. But yeah,
But yeah, uh,
are you back?
S- Scott Davis says he's Skeleton Crew, but yeah, go
What are
watch
the
it.
odds? I just want to point out what are the odds that the one day that we're like, I doubt anybody watches this if they haven't seen the episode yet, and now here's somebody that actually hasn't seen the show, or at least this episode, and he's watching us. Well, thanks, Scott Davis, but go watch
Yeah,
Skeleton Crew. It's fantastic, and don't watch
yeah,
us right now because we're spoiling it. So it's more
yeah.
enjoyable if you go watch it now. So
The
next week is the last episode, so you got time to catch up and then finish it.
the one thing I would love is if Wim is the one that stabs John with that lightsaber. He becomes the Jedi or the hero he wanted to be. I think it'd be good,
Yeah,
but I think that could be good as well.
be pretty cool.
But I don't know. I want it to be such a good finale.
You know, what? I just thought of something else that I wanted to point out, but I forgot.
Yeah,
With
go.
the parent rebellion, as I'm calling it, I loved how the elephant mom, I can't remember. Um, is it Wim? No. Yeah,
The,
Wim's mom. Um,
the
I, I
elephant mom.
I
The
just calling
elephant
her
mom.
elephant mom.
That's Neil. That's
Oh,
Neil's
Neil.
mom.
I'm sorry. I get all these kids mixed up. Besides KB, I can only remember her name for some reason, and I guess Fern. But I love how she was like, I have a bad feeling, and then boom, it cuts off like with all the droids like pointing their stun guns at them. It's like that felt so Star Wars because it's like when was the last time we got that? I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe it happens in the other shows, but that's a quote from every Star Wars movie, even the Clone Wars and stuff. And so it's like it felt so right because this show
Yeah,
actually feels like Star Wars, unlike some of these other shows we've gotten in the past, which kind of feel out of touch. You know what I mean?
yeah. I am really excited for the ending
Yeah.
of I think it will end well. Now, is it going to be? I don't know. Just feel like something big's gonna happen, and for some reason, it's just one of those things where I was expecting, like when the droid had to leave the parents, like stand by, something's happening. I thought like some like other character we know of was gonna pop up somehow, but no, it was just the ship coming in.
Yep.
But
Here's my wildest prediction, or rather, what I want to happen. I don't care how it happens, but I want Hondo to swoop in and do something epic at the last minute, either kill Jod or steal. Um, I don't know. Maybe the entire ship will be loaded up with all the credits, and then Hondo will swoop in to steal. I just want to see Hondo. I've said it every episode that we've done a review of each episode. So each week I say I just want to see Hondo, and we only have one more opportunity for Hondo to appear, and that's in the last episode. And if Hondo is in it, then that will probably make this my favorite Star Wars show, just because. Like that'd be so flippin' epic,
uh,
right?
yeah, I hmm, I don't know. I feel I feel like you
Hondo
could have a
saves the
lot.
day, or steals the reward.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
both too.
I noticed like every finale they like to have a big character in the end.
It should be
Like
Hondo.
like with well, let's go like this. Mandalorian season 1, even though it didn't have like a lot of like there wasn't a lot of like maybe bigger characters we knew, it still led to a lot. And it brought back like the Empire with like Moff Gideon. That was a big reveal at the end of Mandalorian. Then Mandalorian season 2, of course, Luke and R2 getting Grogu.
Luke,
Uh
R2, Boba, and
Boba,
Bo-Katan.
Finnick, yeah, they all come back. Uh season 3, Paz Vizsla, Moff Gideon's back. Like so if you notice the theme here, Boba Fett, Grogu, and R2 come back at the end of that one, at the final. Oh, well, Cad Bane fights Boba too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing with their finales. They love to bring a big character for the finales.
So it should be
So
Hondo.
Hondo would make the most sense. Or like a New Republic. Maybe like a someone else part of the Republic. But that's all I could think of. I
Yeah.
there because but besides that, I just don't know, man.
I do
What?
think whatever's going to happen, I like your theory that they're going to have to disarm the barrier to get the New Republic in, which is also going to let the pirates in. So it's going to be chaotic. And then at the end, after everything's cleaned up, Atten is going to, permanently be revealed to the rest of the galaxy. And that'll probably be how it ends. So basically, the barrier is gone, you know,
I don't know.
because maybe the
I'm
barrier will get destroyed somehow.
Yeah, or they use oh, I know something too. A cool idea too. They use the barrier to kill the pirates.
Turn the
Like
barrier back on when they're leaving.
yeah, yeah. Like like somehow like force the barrier onto them,
And
and
then
it
all the
explodes all their
credits would get
ships.
destroyed too, and that would answer how this won't wreck the economy, the galactic economy. Yeah, because that's gonna wreck the economy, right? Like, imagine that. Like, they just bringing
Well,
trillions of dollars into the economy. Like, you have so much money that it's actually not worth anything anymore because it's too much, economics. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm really excited, but I think we covered pretty much everything about the episode. So unless you have anything else you want to say or any theories, we should probably end soon so we can end at about 30 minutes.
well, yeah. The only thing I'll say is I feel like it's gonna be a big last episode. I do believe KB will have a bigger part to play. in it as
I think all
well.
the kids are gonna do something that's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be epic because each character has been so good, and like each character
yeah.
has slowly had basically an episode or a couple scenes showing, hey, they can do something. You know, like Wim is getting a little bit more brave. Fern is less cocky, but now actually like capable, if that makes sense. KB is
Uh,
like, uh, I guess like, hey, I can do this. I don't know if that makes any sense. And
tech
yeah,
genius. Basically,
because like
yeah.
all the kids throughout the show have had kind of like moments of like learning and stuff. So this stuff might actually help them. And I think you're right. Wim is probably going to maybe kill Judd, or they'll turn the barrier back on them. That'd be awesome too.
There is one thing I will say. I just noticed this right now. Four episode 4, as we know, that was more Neil's episode.
Hmm.
The adventure and the whimsy of episode 5 was Wim. What Wim wanted to do. That's what the 6 was Fern and KB, but mainly KB. No, Fern and KB. But I've noticed one thing. The two, the 4, 5, and 6 focused on establishing their development. 4, 5, and 6, if you really think about it, 4 is Neil, 5 is Wim, and 6 is KB and Fern. And
Hmm.
then they're all better with each other. They all have a better sense of purpose, I guess you could say, with this. And then 7 is them uh, being more confident with each other that they can
Yep.
actually beat Jod and do it. And then episode 8, well, they better do something before they become uh young Jedi young kebabs over there, because my god, Jod is gonna flipping laser their arms off if they don't do something.
Laser your arms. Yeah. Honestly, though, yeah, like it's great having a show with character development too, instead of just characters that can do anything and everything from the start, right?
Yeah, Jod's gonna swing his laser sword and try to decapitate people. So
Yep.
laser sword, but I
What if
think
in the beginning
that
of the next episode they're all dead,
oh my god.
even the kids? No, I doubt that would happen.
They were all good. The women and the children too.
Not just the men, but the children. Yeah, or not just the women, but the children. Yeah, I hate that. No. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for the last episode. It's sad that it's time for the last episode already, but it's exciting too because
Yeah,
this this show has just been absolutely fantastic. I've been loving it, everything, and
yeah,
I think if I had to rate this episode, I mean, we've been rating every single episode. I'm going to give it an 8. I don't think it was perfect. There was a couple parts that was maybe a little silly or maybe boring, but still really, really cool. Really loved it. And so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
uh wow, Skyrim. I have to do it for the people.
Can't say
The
10.
I'm not saying 10.
Yeah.
I have to go one up though. I think it was a 9. I just it was this one was so much. God, it was just so good. It was just
Hmm.
so good. This one deserves a 9. This is like the first 2 episodes and 3, because 1, 2, and 3 were like really good in my opinion. This is really good.
Yep.
Not I just I hope the finale sticks it, because then we will judge this by the entire show itself rather than just by episode. And we'll rate episode 8, but we'll do a rating of 8, but also the whole show in general and see
Yeah.
where we come up to. But definitely a great episode.
Oh yeah.
Very excited for the finale. But yeah, I think that is it. We covered like everything from it, so I think we're good. Is there anything else you want to say real quick, Sky? Or you
No,
ready to sign
I
off?
think that's it. Yeah, it was a great episode. Though I'm looking forward to. I really do hope we see a big character at the end. You know,
Hondo.
that's my
That's
only ask. You know, is Hondo. But whatever happens, I'm still really excited because this show has just been an absolute treat. I've been enjoying it. It's so nice to have a show that's actually worth watching and that we're excited about week after week. You know, I've said it a billion times and I'll say it again a billion times. Like it's so refreshing, you know.
yeah, and but also like there's been a lot of good shows, but not a lot of good Star Wars, and it's so good to have like a return. The thing is is why do we love this show? It's because good characters, good writing, good everything. But there's one more thing. This was they like one where they were going lighter in tone, but like they said, it's like a Star Wars kids show. But the thing is this is what Star Wars always was. It was
Hmm.
always a kids property that adults could enjoy as well. George Lucas said that. He said it is mainly for kids, but I know adults will enjoy it. That's why
I'm
Skeleton
a
Crew.
kidult.
We're all kids at heart. I think.
No
But
kidult.
kids don't.
Adult kidult.
Yeah, I probably am too because that goes in Star Wars. But no,
Hmm.
but just the thing is the reason it is so good and the reason people like it. This is George Lucas. Like this feels like George Lucas wrote this.
It really does.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
And like so yeah, I agree. It just feels like something that George Lucas would write. It has that charm, that Star Wars feel, you know. I do want to actually say one more thing. Actually, I just thought about, you know, the pirate Yvain from The Mandalorian is present in this episode, and so I'm curious if we'll see him some more, because I don't think he's gonna die. Maybe he's gonna like betray everybody, and he's gonna steal the credits. I don't know. We'll see, but it's been a blast. I've enjoyed it. I've really have. This show has been so good, and it's great to have another great Star Wars show. You know.
Yeah, really good Star Wars show. But yeah, I'll see you next week for episode 8, the finale, and
Yep.
we will talk to y'all later.
Remember to like,
Goodbye.
comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Thanks for
everybody.
watching, everybody. We appreciate ya.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching.